As the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission continues its hearing on ex-President Jammeh's alternative HIV/AIDS and other ailments treatment programs, a senior scientist and head of HIV research at the MRC, West Africa Collaboration and Research Network, appeared on Wednesday. Dr. Assam Jai's appearance is meant to give first-hand information about his work on HIV in the Gambia and how HIV and AIDS treatment was approached and dealt with by the MRC in collaboration with the Gambia government. He told the Commission that HIV was regarded as a death sentence because of its ability to integrate into the DNA and hide itself for a long period. As a result, it always a step ahead of immune system. Dr. Jai said in the early 2000s, scientists found highly active intertroviral therapy represented a game changer on HIV treatment. He said this is because it was able to reduce the viral load of affected persons to the extent that it cannot be transmitted to another person. Let's take a listen to Dr. Jai in this insight.
And then clinicians started trying that, and we tried it too. We started using two drugs from at least 2 to 3 drugs from at least 2 classes. And then when we did that combination, that became the game changer, not only for our unit, but for everywhere in the world, actually. And this is what we call HEART.
What do you mean by it became a game changer?
It became a game changer because the moment these 2 drug combinations were given, these combinations of drugs from 2 classes were given, it was able to quickly suppress the viral replication. But not only that, if you maintain the therapy with good adherence, the viral replication becomes so low that transmission doesn't happen again. There won't be enough in the plasma for the plasma viral load to effect transmission. And this was when now HIV declared that it's a manageable infection. And it then turned out to become a disease that can be managed like any chronic infection. Like diabetes, you stay with the drugs for the rest of your life and have a productive life. And that is what we came to discover with these new classes of drugs.
Essentially, what was very likely a death sentence have now been reduced by reason of medicine to a disease that you can live with for a very, very long time.
With a very good productive life and a good quality of life.
For as long as you take your medicine.
For as long as you are adherent to your medicine.
So it just became just like diabetes.
Exactly.
Like any other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And consequently, after trying these drugs for about a decade now, and that's why people wonder why is HIV not talked about anymore, even though we don't have a vaccine. And maybe I could come to why it's difficult to really produce a vaccine, but I'm not sure it's necessary now. But people will now say, why don't we talk about HIV? But this is the major reason. The major reason that it became an infection, surprisingly, because HIV is the first known successful virus. When a virus is regarded successful, it's because it's able to maintain itself in its host. Unlike Ebola, Ebola kills you and kills itself and then disappears. So it's not a successful virus, but it's very deadly. But HIV becomes chronic and maintains itself, and that's why it's a successful virus. And once you get that kind of virus, you have a problem. And that's why HIV became a problem.
That was Dr. Assam Jai, a medical expert who today appeared before the TRC to testify on the, of course, HIV treatment in the Gambia. And we'll bring you more details of his testimony in our subsequent news bulletins.